am back, sorry, with another video. Again, instead of doing something my usual like K-pop, which I need to get back on, I want to do a video I talked about. I said I was gonna do like months ago, like earlier beginning of the year, and it's the diabetes video because it's November, so it's diabetes awareness month. You may ask Tasia, why'd you wait till the second to last day of November to make this video? And to that, I will tell you, I have poor time management skills, so this video is being made now. So I guess I'll tell you the very, very, like, basic underlining, like, what diabetes is. Basically, my pancreas is not producing insulin to bring blood sugars down. So like when you ingest food, you're ingesting sugars and carbohydrates, which raises your blood sugar. So then your pancreas will pump out insulin to help reduce. Also, in a really weird reverse, if your blood sugar is too low, your pancreas will pump out glucagon to help raise your blood sugar. This is like, and that's about it. This is like the bare minimum, easiest way to explain it, how I explain it to people, to just get it out there. If you really want a super in-depth like conversation about it, I can always make another video about it. But I guess I would just tell you my diabetes story. So I've been a diabetic since I was 10 years old, so I'm 24 now. It's been a long time. Pretty much how this all happened was, well, one, I kind of was like, I guess, I don't want to use the word predisposed, but like my mom has diabetes and I have other family members that had it. But pretty much what happened was, when I was in 5th grade, I was playing soccer at the time, and our first game of the season, pretty much I wound up breaking my leg, an ankle kind of thing. If you want that story, I would be happy to show you. That was a whole traumatic thing, but nonetheless, whatever. It was pretty bad. I had to get surgery. I had a cast all the way up until December. So this happened in September, like the first weekend in September, like literally right when school started. It was the first season of the game of the season. Like, yeah, beginning of 5th grade. I didn't even get a chance to get used to 5th grade before all this crap happened. And it happens. December comes, get my cast off. Everything's good. At least in my opinion, everything's good. My mom notices that I'm peeing a lot. I'm losing like a crap ton of weight, and something else happened. I don't know. So she's like, we're gonna take you to the doctor. Side note, she tried to test my blood sugar many times. Obviously, like I said, she was diabetic, so she would like change the needle on the pricker, and she wanted to test my blood sugar, but I was like, heck no, you're not coming near me with that. Like, the thought of having my fingers pricked terrified the crap out of me. Like, no, that was gonna hurt so bad. So after struggling for a while that's my cat, trying to get to test my blood sugar, she was like, you know what, fine, I'll just take you to the doctors. So I go to the doctors, they do a urine test on me, and you know, like, they take the urine sample, he disappears, and he comes back and he's like, you need to take your daughter to the hospital. And I'm like, what? Like, why do I have to go to the hospital? And he goes like, yeah, he tells my mom, you just saved your daughter's life. You need to go to the hospital. Like, I'll call CHOP or whatever. I think he called CHOP, like the emergency room. So CHOP is Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, but we're just called the CHOP. So he's like, I'll call the like emergency room or whatever, let them know you're coming. So on a side note, also, this is super, super, super TMI, but when he did the urine test, my period for the first time ever came on that day too. So like, one day. So we leave the doctor's office, and I'm like, Mom, am I gonna die? Because like, he was so dramatic, like, you know, you just saved your daughter's life, you need to get to the hospital, like, oh my god. And I was like, no, you'll be fine. So we go to my aunt's house to drop my sister off, and then I get taken to the hospital, and I'm in like I don't even know, like, I guess the emergency room, like, I don't know, I was in there forever. It was like me and my mom, and then my dad wound up coming, and we were like playing board games, and they like hooked me up to an IV. And then they finally sent me into another room, and they're like, you know, you're gonna be here for a few days, you know, because you have diabetes. Like, your blood sugar, I think my blood sugar was like 500 or something, like, I think. And, you know, so I had to be in the hospital for a weekend. So I was like there for like 3 days, I think Friday to Sunday. And In that time, they like hooked me up to IVs. Let me tell you, had an IV in me for a little bit, and I wasn't allowed to, I was like allowed to eat really was the 3 meals that you get. Any other time I was only allowed to eat like calorie free things, so I literally ate pickles. Like I was just it was like between pickles and carrots, and I decided to eat pickles. So like they had this little like kitchen thing across the hallway from my room, so I would just walk over there and get pickles all the time because like you could eat pickles because it wouldn't raise your blood sugar. And then they constantly had me drinking fluids, like lots of water, so I could get my blood sugar back down, which entailed a lot of peeing. Like pee a lot. When you drink a lot, you pee a lot, and I never wanted to drink less in my life. Like I was over it. It was so much. My stomach hurt. I was like, I don't want to drink anything, but they're like, yeah, you have to. And then they taught me how to test my blood sugar, which meant that fear of getting my fingers pricked meant now I have to do it every day, multiple times a day. So they taught me how to do that. They taught me how to give myself my own injections, which was horrifying, but yeah, I usually stuck to my stomach, which a lot of people do. I heard a lot of people do anyway, but because it's easier to, the insulin gets absorbed easier in your like stomach area. And I had to go to like these little classes so they could teach me how to do it, teach me how to just manage my diabetes, how to count carbs, what to eat, blah, 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 the whole shebang, which was a change. And when I came home, it was really hard for me because, like, for one, I hate waking up early. And I hate. I'd rather sleep than eat. And when I get up super early, I don't want to eat. I've gotten better over time, but like eating super early in the morning would always upset my stomach. Like I would feel nauseous if I ate super early, which I had to learn how to do, which now I'm terrible and I don't nearly follow what I did when I was like 10 years old. But you have to learn how to eat, you have to learn how to count your carbs. And I did injections, which I don't have a needle to show you. They're downstairs. I'll insert one somewhere, but I had to give injections. I gave injections for a while. Then I would always go back to CHOP and I would get my A1C checked. I was always like not normal, but I was close to normal, which I think a normal is like 5. Correct me if I will put the right thing at the bottom if I'm wrong, but I think it's 5. It's like good. Mine is always like 6 or something. So eventually they took me off of insulin. They put me on metformin, which is like, it's another like diabetes medication, which like helps with like regulating your blood sugar and all that. And I was on that for a while. Metformin, it's not my thing, guys. I don't like it. I didn't like it. I was very sensitive to it. And I know a lot of people who take metformin feel the same way. Like, metformin makes you really sick. Or at least it made me really sick. Like, if I changed my dose of, like, how much of the pill I would take, oh my god, I could throw up. Like, I would be nauseous for, like, at least a week of changing it. Like, usually it was better if I was, like, dosed downwards. My body could, like, adjust to it better. But if I had, like, an increase, oh, it was so bad. I'd be sick. Didn't want to eat. And then I was doing that for a while, for a few years. My blood sugars were in check. They weren't crazy. They were good. You know, they were between 75 and 180, which is what I was told they're supposed to be between. And I know that differs between people, but like it was always good. It was always in the low 100s, like 90s, whatever. I was good for a few years. And then here's a lesson to all you humans. Whether you're diabetic or not, please listen to Tasia and don't make the same mistake she did. I had a bottle of metformin, and then I had a new bottle. I had an old bottle and a new bottle. They were sitting next to each other, and for some reason, I didn't keep track of the bottles, and I started taking the new ones. And then eventually the old bottle expired, like the medicine expired in there, but I didn't know because I think I had like, honestly, like 3 bottles of like metformin, and I just being the stupid child that I was. I don't even know if I was a child, teenager, adult, whatever that I was. I wind up taking the expired metformin, which really screwed me up like really bad. And my blood sugars got all out of whack. I couldn't control them. didn't know what to do, so I wound up getting put back on insulin again and giving myself injections. And then I was at the endocrinologist one day, and he was like, doctor is like, did you like to try the pump? Now, when I was younger, when I first got diagnosed, they asked me if I wanted to do the pump, but my mom was like, no, she's not doing the pump. Like, she's not doing it because she had heard stories where people who were on the pump, their blood sugars were just still out of control. And she figured, like, giving myself injections the twice a day was better. I would be better in control. Oh, also, side note, when I got put back on it, so the second time I got put back on injections, I was taking, like, injections, like, 3 times a day. Like, breakfast. I was supposed to take it, like, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But, I don't know. My blood sugars were out of control, and I was giving myself so much insulin, and it was so stressful. I was peeing all the time. But anyway, he asked me if I wanted to be on the pump, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, like, sure. And so he gave me all these pamphlets of which ones to try. And I was like, this happened, like, a year ago. So, okay. I was not a dumb child. I was like a young adult when I mixed up these medications, whatever. This was like a year ago? Yeah, a year ago. Like over a year ago, a little over a year ago. And he was asking which one. And I was like thinking about it. And I knew I was going to Thailand this past summer. So like when I was doing this, I was like, I'm going the upcoming summer. I'm going to Thailand. And I was really scared to have like the pumps that have a little, I don't know, a tube, I guess, that goes onto a cannula onto your stomach. I'll put a picture up. So I was scared. So I was scared if I was to have that, and I was going to Thailand and working with the animals that, like, they would just rip it out of me, which I've heard. It just happens. They get ripped out of you. Like, it does not matter what the condition is. Whether you're with animals or not, sometimes the crap just gets ripped out of you. But I was like, oh my God, the animals are going to rip it out. I don't want it. So I was like, can I get the cordless one? The tubeless one? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I'm currently on an insulin pod called Omnipod. It looks like this. So when you get, like, it comes in a box of like 10, right? So it looks like this. This is super bright. So this is the pod itself, right? And then this is the needle, or this is the syringe, and then the needle is right at the top. So pretty much what I do is I take this lovely little vial right here. This is Humalog, and it has insulin in it. See it? And I'll take the little syringe and needle from here, put it in this thingy, draw up about 200 units, which is about how much this can take. And then I put it in the back. There's a little, I don't want to open this because I just don't want to open it. But you put it in the back and you like inject it in, and then you have to go use this thingy right here, which is this really weird, outdated looking, beeper looking thing that, like, you turn it on. It says my name. Look how cute it is. It says my name and it's purple. Click confirm, and it has like all the stuff on here. Like, my blood sugar was super high earlier, so that's really bad. Don't ever have it this high. And it will, like, it comes up to this thing. I don't know where to put this so that you can see it, but it has like this thing called more actions, and when you click that, I can like change a pod. So this is the pod right here. You can change a pod, add a pod. So I'll click that, and it'll send me through all these instructions, and then it'll like set up the pod. And then I would take the pod. There's a little covering, not this covering, but on the pod itself, there's a little covering, and you rip it off, and it's like sticky, and you place it anywhere on your body. So right now it's currently on my thigh, and I would totally show it to you, but like I don't know how to move this camera to like make it work. But it's like, it sticks on my thigh, and then it sticks a cannula in you. So it's like not a needle, it's just a really sharp little tube thing, and it's in there, and it will give me, hold on, how much does it give me? So it gives me 1.85 units of insulin every hour. And when you go to like give yourself insulin, so once you say you're gonna go eat, you take your blood sugar, you look at what it is, you figure out what you're gonna eat, count your carbs accordingly to what you know it is. You go. I don't know if I can show you because this light is super bright. This little button at the top, it says bolus, right? And then this is where you enter your blood sugar. And then once you do that, you click select. Then it asks you, are you gonna eat? You'll say yes. And you put in how many grams that you're gonna eat. And then through that, it will give you like an estimated how much insulin it's gonna give you. And then you can always increase or decrease that as you wish. So right now, I don't know what the last thing I got. I got 6 units last time because I ate dinner earlier and then gave myself 6.75 units. And yeah, that's pretty much how it works. It's really simple. They're really tiny. And they're good because you can put them on anywhere. I put them on my legs. I put them on my stomach. And I put it like right here on my arms. People always get concerned when they see them. Yeah, it's really fun. So it's not fun being a diabetic. I would say though, being a diabetic has helped me, like, I don't know, it's helped me become a more mature person. I had to become more mature in a sense at a young age because I, you know, realized I had to take care of myself differently than other kids my age took care of themselves. I went to camp for 3 years, overnight camp. It was called Donovan McNabb Diabetes Camp. And I met a lot of friends there, which was such a cool thing. And it's really, like, cool when you go to a camp with other kids who are diabetics. Because, like, when you're not around diabetics, people get really freaked out around needles. Needles freak people out. I mean, like, it's a fair thing. I understand needles are freaky. Don't get me wrong. I don't like them. I mean, I'm, like, used to them, but I don't like them in any way. And it's like, people get weirded out when you go to test your blood sugar and you're like pulling the thing out to prick your finger and blood. Like, people freak out. And it's so funny because at camp, like, it was just a bunch of kids. We'd just be running around. We'd all sit there during our meal times. All of us would be testing our blood sugar at the same time. Our counselors would be coming and being like, you know, like, did you take your insulin? Like, how much insulin are you going to take? Here's your needle. Here's your vial. Like, here, draw yourself up some insulin. It was, like, the funniest thing ever because it was just, like, second nature. Like, it was nothing weird about it, which was super nice, you know, like, to not feel like an outcast. I don't really know what else to say about diabetes. Like, a lot of us that have it, guys, and there's a lot of things in politics right now about, you know, because insulin's really expensive if you don't have insurance. It's really expensive with insurance, but it's a lot of things that I feel like we need to fix. This, like, video is all over the place. I'm so sorry. I should have wrote down notes, but just as a warning, like, when you meet a diabetic, please, 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 for the love of God, if they go to eat something, don't ask them if they can eat it. I know some people genuinely are like, can you eat that? But, like, it's so annoying. Like, when you go to eat something and people are like, are you allowed to eat that? Like, are you sure you should be eating that? Like, why, you can't eat that. That's annoying. When people come up and tell me, like, you can't eat that. Listen, I can eat what I want, okay? Like, I know what I'm doing. I know how to give myself insulin to bolus out something. And, like, diabetics, we can eat things. Like, people think we can't eat anything. We can eat things. Like, obviously, don't eat a lot of something. Like, if it's, like, high in carbs, like, high in, like, sugar and all the bad stuff. Like, like normal people should be doing, you eat it in moderation. Like, you don't, like, eat bad things every day. Like, especially us, I think, like, us type 1 diabetics. That's what I am. I guess I never explained that I'm a type 1 diabetic, which means I take insulin. But, like, it gets really annoying when people judge you. And it's more of like a know-it-all kind of sense. Like, you shouldn't be eating that, blah, blah, blah. It's really annoying. Please don't do it. But that's it for today. If you like it, please like, share, and subscribe. It make me happy, please. And I will see you guys with another video, which will be a K-pop video. I promise I'll get back on that. I want to react to a few people, so look out for that. Okay? Thank you. See you guys later. Bye.